Economy is the start of everything. You cannot have successful education or any reform without a strong economy. Welcome to Oxygen TV. I am Zara Atoj. The South Sudan Central Bank Governor Honorable Jonny Ohisa received an award in London as Governor of the Year. He was appointed on August 25, 2022. And in the very short period of time of his leadership, he was honored by the African Leadership magazine as one of the top 25 African finance leaders in the year 2023. This is a recognition of his leadership and innovative policies that have helped in stabilizing the national economy of South Sudan.
Our next recipient, titled Central Bank Governor of the Year, that's the Bank of South Sudan, and we've heard so much about our new country in Africa. Let's appreciate Honorable Jonny Ohisa, Damian.
Congratulations, Mr. Governor. Rebuilding South Sudan after the ashes of war. Thank you for the work you do. We support you. Congratulations.
The Central Bank Governor Award of the Year category of the ABLA recognizes those that have been able to lead their country's economies through what has been another tumultuous year, and those that have been able to stimulate and stabilize the macroeconomy of their environment, thereby boosting investors' confidence.
But I want to emphasize that, today's recognition is really something that has taken us by surprise, not only me, but also the whole country. This award comes on the after we are celebrating the 12th independence anniversary. What could be more important than that, to be recognized by a prestigious organization like the African Leadership Organization? To me, this is a very big achievement for the country, given the fact that we've just been there for about a year, myself as a governor, and the Minister of Finance, who was a governor then. We've just been there for a year almost, but we have seen results done. And we've had the support from the President and from the government to ensure that we make the country ready for investment. I think with these few, we'll be showcasing the country in our panel discussion later, but with these few remarks, I just want to thank the African Leadership magazine for recognizing us. This is an achievement that we did as a Bank of South Sudan, and together with the government, with the Ministry of Finance, we have worked closely to ensure that the reforms are done. We have amended our laws to ensure that the country is ready for investment and all the laws become investment friendly.
He was honored at the African Finance Leaders Networking Cocktail, which was held at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., USA, on the margins of the 2023 spring meetings of the World Bank and the International Monetary Funds. Following that event in the US and at the invitation of the African Leadership Organization, the Governor of Central Bank of South Sudan, Honorable Jonny Ohisa, again participated in the African Business Leadership Awards. He participated as one of the selected central bank governors who have emerged as co-winners of Central Bank Governor of the Year, a category of the African Business Leadership Organization. He also participated in the approved Timeless Special Edition to document and showcase his leadership accomplishment and contribution to the economic growth and development in South Sudan. Jonny Ohisa went ahead to appreciate the President of South Sudan and also said the recognition will be a moral boost to continue with the reforms that will lead to more investment.
First and foremost, I want to thank the President of the Republic, Salva Kiir Mayardit, for giving me the opportunity to run the central bank, that we are able to make reforms that resulted into this. This award would have not been possible if it was not for the work the central bank staff has put in place and the coordination we've had with Ministry of Finance. All this resulted into what we are celebrating today. And this award will give us a moral boost to continue with the reforms that we need to enable that the country is open for investment.
His His emergence is in recognition of his reform and coordination of monetary and fiscal policies aimed at inspiring confidence in South Sudan country's banking sector, promoting and maintaining macroeconomic stability and framework in the country despite the current global economic climate. In his address, Jonny Ohisa welcomes investors who are willing to invest in the country's agriculture and the oil sector.
South Sudan is basically about more than 600,000 square kilometers, of which 90% is actually fit for agriculture. So if we had engaged in agriculture, I'm sure by now we'd be feeding the whole of Africa. We are a country of about 12 million people, although there was no census that was done, but we are about 12 million people. Our country relies entirely on oil export. We are probably the third largest country of oil producing after Nigeria and Angola. There's still a lot of investment that needs to be done in that area. We are currently producing only about 150,000 barrels a day. We have about 3.5 billion in reserve that needs to be exploited. And given the changes that's happening in the world, countries are now moving out of fossil fuel. We need to do that as quick as possible to ensure that we catch up with the other countries. We have, I think, a huge potential also water, because the country is basically, the Nile passes through there. We don't use it for agriculture. We need to put that to use, and it can only be done through foreign direct investment. And once we start attracting that, I'm sure we'll be able to put the water into proper use.
As one of his agendas to promote the country and attract investors, Honorable Jonny highlighted that South Sudan has a great potential in sports.
I think South Sudan, we just qualified for the basketball for the first time. You know, our first trial, and we qualified for basketball, I think, for the African Championship, and we hope we'll win it. Yeah.
With the biggest migration of wildlife in East Africa, he highlighted the importance of investment in the tourism sector, as South Sudan is one of the potential tourist destinations.
Probably what is known worldwide is about the migration of animals between Kenya and Tanzania and Serengeti. But we have in South Sudan, I think, the biggest migration of white-eared cow. It's only available in South Sudan, and it's been proven by the National Geographic. And that's an area where we need to also to invest in. I think, as I said before, South Sudan we are very much serious on implementing the peace agreement, and we really want to ensure that investment takes center stage.
As South Sudan approaches elections, Honorable Jonny Ohisa reaffirms the willingness of the government of South Sudan to run free and fair elections, therefore granting sustainable peace and more investment opportunities.
Basically, elections of next year will be free and fair. The president has stressed in his Independence Day celebration that we need peace, and we need peace very urgent to open way for foreign direct investment to come into the country. I know there are a lot of challenges, but we have to work hard to ensure that as Africans, we start with our own. Within the region, we are members of the East African community, which I think has a population of 400 million people. With the joining of Congo, I think it's given us a bargaining power to ensure that when we talk to investors outside, we talk as a region instead of talking as a country or an individual. And we're looking forward to see Ethiopia also joining the East African region to make it a formidable negotiating bloc for the whole region. So this is just only a brief update on our country. It's ready for investment. We hope next year we'll be talking something different.
The South Sudan ambassador to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, based in London, Her Excellency Agnes Aldino Orifa Oswara, said that the summit focuses on opportunities to invest, policies, and attract investors to Africa.
The Embassy of the Republic of South Sudan to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, it is so delighted to receive the Honorable Governor of Central Bank of the Republic of South Sudan, Honorable Jonny Ohisa Damian, to the African Leadership Summit hosted here in London for the last 2 days. The summit focused on opportunities for investment and policies and ways to be able to attract investors in Africa. So the Honorable Governor participated on behalf of South Sudan, and we are so happy that this evening also at the Africa Leadership Award, he was awarded, and he's the only one that received the Africa Central Bank Award for the year. So congratulations, Honorable, and thank you so much for all the policies and the reform that you are implementing at the Bank of South Sudan with the Minister of Finance and your team at the Central Bank. Congratulations, South Sudan.
Therefore, we congratulate the government of South Sudan, the Central Bank of South Sudan, and the Governor of the Central Bank of South Sudan, wishing him more achievements and more successful stories. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at Oxygen HD South Sudan and Sarah Atoj. Oxygen, breathe in.